What's going on, GOAT Nation? I'm back with another video. Today, you already know what time it is, bro. I am reacting to The Cosmic Wonder, Doctor Strange 3 plot details, and Miss Marvel Season 2 announcement. There's a Season 2? I believe I heard there's a Season 2. I don't know why I'm acting so shocked. I think I just forgot. But yeah, there's definitely a Season 2. And Doctor Strange 3, yo, what is it called again? Time runs out. I need that in the MCU right now. That, to me, is where we need to go with this thing. So I'm hoping that's what Cosmic's about to talk about. I don't know, but we need to get straight into the video. So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We on the road to 200 red subs. 100. I'm gonna correct my grammar sooner or later. I'm gonna make the perfect video when I don't stutter and I don't mess up on words and my words are more clear. But let's hop into the video and see what Cosmic is talking about.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson,
Warren,
and we just learned a great deal about what is going to happen as far as the story arc for Doctor Strange goes with Doctor Strange 3. We also have some awesome news about Miss Marvel Season 2 and how she's going to fit into the overall
Fantastic
MCU
show
after the Marvels. Now, Doctor Strange is going to be an extremely important character moving forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the Multiverse Saga, especially when it comes to actually wrapping things up in Avengers Secret Wars. We know that the multiverse is kind of going to be thrown into chaos relatively soon with Deadpool 3, and Doctor Strange 3, and the Kang Dynasty. And ultimately, we know that Doctor Strange is going to be somewhat at the heart of it all. He's already caused one incursion, and his variants seem to be causing other incursions to happen, and now there's going to be a big multiversal group searching for him in Doctor Strange 3. And it looks like, according to what we've learned, Doctor Strange is going to be exploring more of his dark side in the future of the MCU in Doctor Strange 3, Secret Wars, etc. Something that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness hinted at is that Doctor Strange is kind of a threat to the multiverse. This is what Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four and the Illuminati stated to Doctor Strange. But what's really interesting about this scene, which is going to come into play in Doctor Strange 3 that we've recently heard about, is that Mr. Fantastic does not specifically say that the biggest threat to the multiverse is you. He doesn't specifically blame the one Doctor Strange, but he simply says the biggest threat to the multiverse is Doctor Strange.
We appreciate your concern, Stephen, but it's not the Scarlet Witch that we fear. From our experience, the greatest danger to the multiverse, it turns out, is Doctor Strange.
Wait, you're Doctor Strange, Earth's mightiest hero who died defeating Thanos?
We should tell him the truth.
So he was not talking about a specific Doctor Strange. He was not talking about our main universe Doctor Strange. He was talking about Doctor Strange in general, referring to just all of the Doctor Strange variants that are out there. This is something that is going to be explored in Doctor Strange 3. A group called the Black Priests are going to be searching for Doctor Strange because he seemingly is causing incursions, him and his variants, and they are a problem to the multiverse, of course, alongside Kang the Conqueror, which they're also going to discuss and talk about and address. Now, recently we learned a lot more about Doctor Strange and his dark side thanks to the art of Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness art book, where we learn more about the character from director Sam Raimi. In talking about Doctor Strange, he states he's a good person, but he's got his own psychological problems. He sometimes can be a little selfish, a little arrogant, proud.
That's true.
This prevents him from being some flawless good guy. And he wrestles with his dark side, and he delves into the supernatural in a way that some other magicians who are fighting for good think is immoral. Now, we know that Doctor Strange has a dark side. We've known that since the very first Doctor Strange. He's broken the rules. He's tried to do things his own way. He has ignored what other people who are more experienced than him have told him. And we've seen it not work out for him in a lot of different circumstances between Doctor Strange 1, Avengers Infinity War, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and what we've heard about the other variants of Doctor Strange causing incursions and dreamwalking. This is all due to everything that Sam Raimi mentioned, his arrogance and his dark side.
Break some rules.
He goes on to tell us even more. He states, "Therein lies a great conflict with the character. I find him to be a character at war with himself, which we all are. And so he's very relatable in that way, even though he's a superhero. We find Doctor Strange at the beginning of Multiverse of Madness as someone who has not only passed through the mastery of magic, but who's now dealing with the results of a life spent devoted to one's craft at the extreme of his personal life. And I would argue that it would be at the extreme of the multiverse. Doctor Strange did some things that he thought were going to be for the best and thought that probably were the only way to defeat the Scarlet Witch and save his current universe, but that had repercussions for the entire multiverse, and we learned that in the post-credit scene when Clea showed up. And that post-credit scene wasn't all it was made out to be, but we'll break that down in just a bit. Doctor Strange 3 is going to further explore Doctor Strange's dark side, because when a group of people, a multiversal team, shows up and says, hey, you're the problem for the multiverse, we know that Doctor Strange isn't probably going to agree right away, especially when he learns about Kang the Conqueror. When he finds out there's a true villain out there, he's probably going to say, hey, it's not me, it's him. So whatever I'm doing isn't the problem. It's Kang and his variants that are the problem. According to Multiverse of Madness writer Michael Waldron, embracing the darkness and Doctor Strange's dark side was what Multiverse of Madness was about. This will continue into Doctor Strange 3, because remember, the multiverse is going to fall apart. They're not going to fix that in Doctor Strange 3. That's not going to be fixed until Secret Wars, and even then, it might not even be fixed. We are getting a soft reboot after that movie, so maybe it's not fixed. Maybe they continue on with only a few universes, or maybe just one new fused main universe that consists of multiple universes put together. So Doctor Strange 3 is going to explore that concept of Doctor Strange being the problem and kind of the root problem, with the exception of Kang, of the multiverse kind of falling apart due to incursions. He's caused a few already, and there was already an extremely powerful group that knew that he was the core problem, and now we have a multiversal group called the Black Priest, which Clea is a part of, seeking out Doctor Strange, not necessarily to get his help to fix an incursion that he caused, but to stop him. This will be a big premise of Doctor Strange 3. Now, in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we saw 4 main variants of Doctor Strange, and 3 of which caused incursions. Our main Doctor Strange obviously caused an incursion. This was made clear by Clea. Obviously, the 838 variant of Doctor Strange caused one as well. They made that very clear. And the one that we met at the end of the movie had clearly caused an incursion, as he was still living on a world that had endured an incursion. In fact, he was the only one left. And the Doctor Strange that we saw in the very beginning of the movie, we're not really sure if he caused an incursion or not, but we do know that he did try to kill America Chavez, so that dark side of Doctor Strange was definitely explored there. So we can kind of see the pattern of Doctor Strange not necessarily being so good. So Clea is seeking Doctor Strange. Now she meets him and tells him that he caused an incursion and that he's going to help fix it. And that might be true, but we also know that Clea is a part of the multiversal group, the Black Priests, and essentially they are trying to stop the multiverse from exploding and being destroyed. Now in the comics, Doctor Strange is actually a part of the Black Priests. He's actually their leader. Obviously that's a very different route in the movies now, unless he ends up becoming the leader, but as of right now, the Black Priests have an issue with Doctor Strange because, like we've mentioned, it does seem like he is at kind of the center of the multiverse kind of collapsing. Now, obviously, Kang is also a huge problem, but there can be more than one problem for the multiverse. So Doctor Strange is going to kind of have to come to terms with he may be an issue to the multiverse, and he's got to fix that. This is what we're thinking could possibly be happening in Doctor Strange 3, based off of what we've heard from multiple insiders up to this point. We've also heard recently, as I mentioned in the beginning, that a Ms. Marvel Season 2 is in development. It's in the works right now, or I should say at least it was before the strikes happened. But according to the insider, my time to shine hello, Ms. Marvel Season 2 is in the works. She stated this by replying to a tweet that says you can only pick one, a solo Kate Bishop show or a Ms. Marvel Season 2, in which she replied, a solo Kate Bishop series because Ms. Marvel Season 2 is already in the works. This comes as little to no surprise. We knew that she was going to be a major character moving forward, especially because in the finale of the show for Season 1, we discovered that Kamala Khan is actually a mutant. And obviously there's a big future for the MCU with mutants and the X-Men. Now, we're not sure when Ms. Marvel Season 2 is going to occur. I love that part of the show. We do know that the bangle that she has is probably Kang technology. This is going to be further explored in the Marvels, and I'm sure she's going to have a decent role in Avengers Secret Wars. We also know that she's going to be a part of the Young Avengers team and is actually going to be one of the people who founds the Young Avengers. She'll be a founding member. So she's going to be extremely important for the MCU, and I wouldn't be surprised surprised if she still shows up after Avengers Secret Wars and makes it into Phase 7 and what we are calling the Mutant Saga. After all, she is a mutant. Marvel Studios made that very, very clear. So we're not sure
Phase
when
7
Season 2 is coming,
mutation.
before or after Secret Wars, but that is exciting news nonetheless. So let us know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below about Doctor Strange 3 and Miss Marvel Season 2.
Man, another great video from Cosmic. He is always killing it. Doctor Strange 3 is obviously going to be an amazing movie. And I've said it many times before. I really did like Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was actually really good. I know a lot of other people it wasn't that good because I wasn't too connected to what the main storyline is in Marvel. I get it and I understand it. But it was still really good. And of course, Season 1 of Miss Marvel was great too. It wasn't like top 3, but it was still really good and enjoyable. Marvel, I think Marvel's up to some good stuff right now. I know they've been kind of lacking here lately, but I feel like they're going to take another step. What do you guys think? Do you think that Doctor Strange 3 is going to be another flop, or is Season 2 of Miss Marvel going to be another flop? Put it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment or two. You already know what to do. Goat Nation, I'm out.